So you're ready to list your home. Here are the 3 most important things you need to know before you bring it on the market. 1, timing. Timing can mean the time of year or the amount of time that it's gonna take to prep your home to bring it on the market. 2, the items that you can do to your home that are gonna bring you the most return back in value. 3, maintenance items around your home that typically show up on home inspection. So instead of telling you, we're gonna show you what we did to one of my most recent listings, which by the way went pending in 3 days, how we prepped this home for sale. So let's go take a look. So let's talk about timing. Timing is everything when you bring a home to the market. With this particular home, we wanted to display its most prominent feature, which was a straight shot view of Mount Hood. And for that to happen, we had to time the weather, which we didn't have any control over. So we had to base how we were going to bring this home to market on when we could video and do photos to make sure that we showcase its most prominent feature. That took us 6 weeks. So we had to make sure that there was going to be a day that was clear enough to get that photo and video for this particular property. Now, that's not going to be the case with all homes, but when you have a home where you have a view, you have to make sure that you can film it on a day where it's clear and that we're able to capture the things that we want to capture on camera. So before we get to step number 2, what I want to talk to you about is how all these different steps go hand in hand with each other. We had already talked about timing. So how does timing roll into things that you're going to do into your home that are cost effective but are going to bring you the most value and return within that short amount of time that we have to prep your home? So one of the things I'm going to show you in here is that we're in the kitchen. The kitchen was painted a beautiful green color, but that may not be everyone's taste. So we had to schedule a painter to come in and repaint the entire kitchen, and that takes time to do. So the timing of value added things that you're doing within your home, we have to make sure all of those things correlate together, because we cannot move on to our step of photos and video until all of the home prepping is done. And when you have a home like this, where the prominent feature is Mount Hood, that timing piece with all of the interior portions are very vital. One of the other things that we did here in the house, we had some drywall that was fixed. Additionally, we had carpets cleaned, and we had some of the trim within the house refinished as well. So all of these things are scheduling and bringing contractors in, and not all of those timings tend to line up. So we need to make sure that we give ourselves enough time before we bring the home onto market to do all of the items that are gonna make your home stand out from other competition that are on the market, to make sure we bring you the most value when we sell it. So this leads us up to step number 3, which is the general maintenance of the home. And why that is important is because it leads up to also the one thing that everyone dreads when they sell their home, the home inspection. So here's something that we actually do. We have a checklist of items that we want our sellers to go through before they bring the home to the market. We kind of have a lookbook that we provide to buyers when they come into the home. That allows buyers to see all of the maintenance items that my clients have done to their properties, that it gives the buyer peace of mind, because they're looking at a lot of homes and they can't remember from one home to the next what major maintenance items have been done to the home. Now, for this home in particular, it has a forced heating system. So we always want to make sure, if it has a forced heating system, that at minimum it's been serviced in the last 6 months, because that's typically the #1 thing that comes up on a home inspection if you have a forced heating system. This property also has a septic tank, so we wanted to have the septic inspected as well. This home also has a well, and we wanted to make sure that that was in proper working order. And again, when any type of maintenance has been done to the home, we want to provide receipt of that to the buyer for when they come in and look at it. So one of the reasons that we do this is to essentially alleviate any concerns to a buyer of the maintenance that's been done to the home. Especially in today's economic climate, we wanna make sure that those maintenance items are taken care of, because costs are always a key concern to a buyer when they're coming in to purchase a home. So obviously there are so many other things that go into prepping and selling a home, and we're just scratching the surface here with these items that we mentioned. And if you have any other questions about key items to prep your home for sale, I'd love to be your resource for that. If you need to reach out to me, my phone number and email is down in the description. We also have a link to our free weekly newsletter. Feel free to sign up for that, and we'll see you on the next video.